Right. 12 October 2025, and October is turning out to be one of the busiest months ever in the political space of Zimbabwe. And today I want to take you through breaking news that we've just received. And I'm going to be featuring a story that is being carried this hour, less than an hour ago, by the Newsworks, the newspaper. And what is being said here is that Chiwenga has presented to Mnangagwa his reservations and opposition to a new document that has been produced by former information minister of Zimbabwe, Jonathan Moyo. So according to the Newsworks newspaper, there is a document that is circulating, or that was circulated, and which was seen by Chiwenga. So that document was seen by Chiwenga. Chiwenga then went to Mnangagwa and presented his opposition to that document. So after Chiwenga presented his opposition, you've seen what has happened. Chiwenga has failed to convince Mnangagwa to stop the plan. So what is the plan? The plan is no more 2030, but now 2035. So there's now a plan to go all the way to 2035. And I'm going to be unpacking for you the document which was presented by Chiwenga. So this document is a secret document. We are going to get it eventually. I haven't seen it myself, but the Newsworks newspaper has seen the document. The document is called Breaking Barriers, Putting Zimbabwe First, and it was created by former information minister Jonathan Moyo. So let me take you through the story which is on Newsworks and then what has happened. So let's start with the summary. Chiwenga has not succeeded in his opposition to this document. In fact, after he made this opposition, Chiwenga has failed to get any access to Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa has blocked any access that Chiwenga had to him. So tomorrow is the first time that Chiwenga and Mnangagwa are going to be in the same place ever since the Politburo meeting. But let me now unpack for you the document. It's going to be short because we don't have the document. So this story is based on Chiwenga's confidential document, which he presented on 17 September. That is almost 3 weeks ago. And it was linked to South African media and then to the Newsworks. So we're going to look for it in South African media to see if we can find this document. So Zimbabwean Vice President Constantino Chiwenga, a former army general who led a coup which ousted the former late President Mugabe on November 2017, has accused his exiled political rival, Jonathan Moyo, of engaging in treasonous activities by writing a secret document for parliament to change the country's governance system and postpone the Zimbabwe elections from 2028 to 2035. This comes on the eve of a crucial Zanu PF conference, which is set to take place on Monday to Friday. Chiwenga's treason charge against Moyo has wider implications on the intensifying succession power struggle between Mnangagwa and Chiwenga, which threatens to fuel political and economic instability in Zimbabwe. So they obviously have a lot of information here. The document says its objective under the auspices of the Parliament of Zimbabwe is to identify and break chronic toxic barriers to efficient and effective security service delivery, infrastructural development, and social economic progress in Zimbabwe, caused by scourge of perennial disputed elections and the resultant scourge of a toxic governance and policy environment in between the disputed elections. Presenting a secret document, which remains confidential, Chiwenga, Muhadi, Muchinguri, and Obed Mpov. Chiwenga said, Comrade President, you recall I brought to your attention the treasonous project which has been penned by Jonathan Moyo for our parliament to implement the so-called Breaking Barriers Initiative, which is seeking to change our political system and suspend elections to 2035. Not only is this project treasonous and a huge scandal, and it's being done and championed by people like Jonathan Moyo, who we fired from the party. This Breaking Barriers initiative has also never been discussed and approved by the party's last Congress, nor has it ever been discussed and approved by the Central Committee. We are now watching in shock and disbelief as this project, which is now being covertly implemented and being funded by 3 criminals, Kudakwa Shetagure, Wikino Chivayo, Scott Zapanya, and Delish Nguai and their associates. So I think you can obviously go and read this document. But in short, there was a confrontation with Mnangagwa, Chiwenga, calling for the arrest and severe punishment. And Chiwenga's document caused a political stay, or caused a political stay in the Zanu PF conference in Mutare. So I think what is clear here is that there's a document, and Chiwenga was not aware that this document has already been given to Parliament. Someone in Parliament has taken the document to Chiwenga. Chiwenga then went and confronted Mnangagwa. So on top of all the other things to do with the structure of Zanu PF, the document was also discussed. But remember what has happened. So remember that Obed Mpofu has been fired. And then the Director General of Zanu PF has been fired. There's been changes in intelligence. This means it's connected to what Chiwenga presented. As I said, the next move now from Mnangagwa is how to get rid of Chiwenga. If this plan is to go ahead, they can't have Chiwenga around. And you saw that last week, Wikinochvai was allowed to go and meet Mnangagwa at the airport. So you can go and read this document. It's very interesting to see that there's a document. This document is called Breaking Barriers, Putting Zimbabwe First. It was written by Jonathan Moyo. And as soon as we get it, I'm going to give it to you guys. I've got access to all South African media. So we're going to look at which South African media has got it. And then we'll give it to all of you guys. It's a public document. If it's a leaked document, you know that we're going to leak it to you also. That is our job, to leak the documents that have been leaked. So what is my view on Chiwenga? Chiwenga has not succeeded. If he had succeeded, what is happening now was not going to happen. We are going to see, as I said, the next move being against Chiwenga. What is Chiwenga going to do? 17 October, is it going to succeed? These are important questions. And this is where we are. So I don't want to take longer than necessary. This is what we have. A document being presented, being leaked, and available to the newshawks. If you guys know or have it, you can WhatsApp me so that we can share it widely with other people. Chiwenga currently almost increasing security to unimaginable levels. I've shown you in the morning that Chiwenga is now sleeping at Wedza almost every weekend. When he's not in the office, he's at Wedza. He's no longer attending public functions because he knows that he's a marked man. Anything could happen at any moment. What Chiwenga was proposing was that Zanu PF should focus on the economy and they should also follow the law. So you have seen also that the army has written a letter to Mnangagwa afterwards, which letter has been ignored. So the army generals wrote a letter to Mnangagwa according to other information we got to say, let's fix this situation. What you're doing now is out of bounds. But Valerio Swanda is not part of the generals that wrote the letter, according to my understanding. It is the other generals who wrote the letter, and some of them in deep trouble, including Mundara Njede, who is in the Air Force, is in deep trouble because they were hoping to fire him or to reshuffle him. And you've also seen the junior officers getting cars from Mnangagwa thereafter. So let's see what happens. And this is very important. This document is very important. Let's see what happens. And I'll be giving you more details as soon as we have it. I would like to thank all of you for watching. Please go to Newshawk's Twitter account. You'll be able to see the details of what we'll be talking about here. This is a story by Ruvimbo Muchenji. You can go and check it out over there. A secret document by Jonathan Moyo and Chiwenga opposing it. But already the process in Parliament has started to move the election to 2035. I would like to thank all of you for watching. And remember, just before I go, Apostle Makore, I would like to acknowledge that he did mention this 2 weeks back to say there's a document already to move the election to 2035. And this is going to be crazy. If what it predicted then is true, it means there will be a lot of heckling of Chiwenga at the conference. Remember, they failed to fire Chiwenga. They were supposed to fire Chiwenga, but they failed to do it. However, at the same time, Chiwenga cannot continue in his position while opposing 2035. So it's going to be crazy. What you're going to see tomorrow at the burial will tell you what is next. It's very, very important. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you guys a bit later. Let's see if there are any comments here of interest. Thank you very much, everyone. There's nothing that I want to respond to here. And thank you for all your support that you're giving us. And a good day to you all.